Good evening. Thank you for joining us on the empty side of the table. We found something really cool today and thought we'd share it. Look at that. We never thought we would see this figure in the wild. Quite happy we did. So where there was once 3 different locations for GameStop, there is now 1. I have some pretty severe opinions about GameStop as a business. That's a whole other video. But the reason why I bring that up is because, the second to the last one closed, and we went to the remaining one to see if they got any of the overstock from the other store. And we found this beautiful, beautiful figure. This, of course, is Zatanna and Detective Chimp. And hopefully we can find this figure or both of these figures loose so we could put together a really nice Justice League Dark display. Because what do we have? We've got Spectre, Swamp Thing, Demon, 3 of the Dead Man. And we're missing a loose figure of Dr. Fate. So that would be a pretty nice complete lineup there. We do have the smaller, like, Star Wars figure-sized version of Dr. Fate, but they wouldn't really fit in with these figures. Let's open her up, though. It has been a while since we've been doing stuff on the YouTubes. We apologize. We've been migrating over to the TikToks. Actually have more viewers there or whatever, but the videos have to be really short, and we're not at all good at editing and quick cuts and all that. So we try to do it on both. And so Stockton Con is coming up. I don't know, I forgot exactly when. Our Comic-Con contact told us about it, and also told us that they're trying to get Jim Lee to sign there, which would be amazing. But the day after V-Day, so February 15th, I believe that's a Sunday, there's going to be a East Bay Comic-Con that we'll be going to. So as you can see here, she comes with a card, and so does Detective Chimp. Kind of fitting, I suppose, that we find this figure. As I just introduced her, her absolute version in the latest Wonder Woman comic. So it looks like she comes with a second set of hands, and looks like they've got flames coming from them. And the one that she's currently has is holding a wand. Okay, so her tights are painted on. That's probably a good choice. Don't know if anyone has seen the new version of Zatanna. She's obviously quite different looking because of the Absolute Universe. Some people are saying she's looks a little too much like Black Canary as far as the costume goes. And with her, they introduced the Absolute Suicide Squad, which all appear to be like Silver Age Wonder Woman villains, I believe. Okay, so it looks like she's all... Yeah, that was really easy. Very nice. Normally I have such a horrible, horrible time with those daft rubbery things that seal them in. And nope, there's one we forgot. All right. Let's take you out. I believe Detective Chimp might be a bit more difficult, though. So here we have Zatanna. Let's get her hat out. So normally hats can be a bit of a problem. I'm wondering if maybe it might have been better. We'll see how it fits first. If they just sculpted a different head with the hat on it. I'm not too big of a fan of the ZATANNA sculpt as far as the head and the torso, but I'll get into that in a minute. Okay, was that it for the chimp? Yeah, all right. There we go, nice and easy. Right, so we'll do the chimp first. Let's see what we got here. So he just moves a little bit with the arms. They don't swing out or anything, so he doesn't have much of a shoulder joint. Does his torso move at least? Yeah, got that. Pretty static figure. I suppose if you wanted to make him like superposable, like a chimp that can climb and grasp on things or whatever, you'd probably have to make his clothes a bit rubbery. But I don't know if he's that much of an action-oriented character. He's a detective, so probably just needs like a magnifying glass there. All right. Nice sculpt on the figure, though. Cool detail. Very cool. Okay, let's look at ZATANNA now. So apparently in the absolute Wonder Woman book, ZATANNA has already made a couple of appearances. It's just that you didn't know exactly who she was, except for maybe she was speaking backwards in a couple panels. So yeah, the head sculpt, the face looks a little too mature isn't the word for it. It's like she's scowling or something. And you can see how her head is sculpted to fit the hat. And that makes it look a wee bit wonky. Let's see, put the hat on here. There we go. Okay, so the hat does change her look a bit. She looks a bit better with the hat. Another thing I have a bit of issue with is the corset. I don't like the yellow. It's a little too much of a stark contrast. If they could have done some kind of black, red with a black outline or something. Of course, if you look on the picture here, the corset is white. But then you'd be doing a white on this and it might not show up as much. Unless they did a white with black detailing. And I suppose they did a... So the whole point of the arms is that they're trying to make things look form-fitting, but in doing that, her hands look a bit chunky. All right, so let's check out the posability then. Let's see, okay, shoulders swing up nicely. Elbows double jointed, yes. But she does have these very, very thin arms, so I'm not going to push it if I'm not able to do it right away. Wrist swivel and pivot just a little bit, or bend, I guess should say. Got the nice little swivel arm thing going on there. This one feels a bit more stiff. Let's see there. There we go. Typically, you're probably not going to be able to turn her head because of her hair, the way it cascades on the shoulders. Let's see. Okay, that's not bad. Not that bad. Okay, that's nice. Her hair is a bit more malleable than most, so that's cool. Although you can see it's getting ready to just pop off of her head there. Nice play in the waist. Okay, what about... Okay, legs split pretty nicely. The okay, yeah, this is very much rubberized here. So you get a lot of play in the legs. Swing upward, double jointed knees. Yeah. Okay, that's a bit spooky. Nice motion in the ankles and the toes. Doesn't look like it's swinging side to side. Probably shouldn't need to anyway. Okay, there's no twist in the legs though. I would think with the seam here, you might be able to twist it. But a torso twist's fine. Oh, and another Justice League Dark figure that I would like to get loose would be Constantine. Coattails, there we go. These are nice and rubberized. All right, let's put these two together now. Put the hat back on her. There we go. Does she come with a stand? Yeah, okay. Because it does seem like she would be a bit... she's got such small feetsies. So it's Detective Chimp. Let's see what we can do with Zatanna here. So maybe if they had a different sculpt for the hand holding the wand rather than just holding like that, I think it should be, you know, pointing it like that. This, it just looks like she's holding it going, see, I'm holding a wand. Abner Cadaver. I'm trying to find a decent way for her to use that wand in a pose, but it's just kind of blah. There we go. Okay, cool. Maybe we should try like the pose on the card there. We need a hand to be in a different position now. Okay, come on. Now you can stand. We'll use the box to prop you up then, yeah? Oh, well, let's just do something kind of dynamic. I know she can't fly or anything, but... There we go. Overall, a nice figure. Would have preferred some different sculpts here and there, but it's Zatanna. We adore Zatanna. I think there's maybe been one or two other Zatanna figures. We have one from a much, much older line, and she's wearing like a blue and white robe or something. Really cool. Okay. So I'm elated that we've actually got our hands on this figure. We were, as I said before, we were not at all expecting to find this figure in the wild. And we do have that last final GameStop. So I don't know if this is a GameStop exclusive or if this is something you're going to find at Target or whatever. Sometimes you'll find a sticker on these things that will say GameStop exclusive. We picked up that ice version, frozen version, whatever, of Red Hood. We were a bit disappointed by that, but yeah, we picked that up at GameStop, and we haven't seen that one in the wild ever, as far as being in a different retailer. And she does have a new comic book coming out, like in the mainline DC verse, and we will be picking that up. DC Vertigo is also going to be launching this month, I believe. Was it Nice House by the Sea? And there's one about a zombie whose heart starts beating. And there's a few others. They've been doing like previews of them in the DCKO books. All right, one last look. This is the Zatanna figure from McFarlane Toys. Really cool figure. I'm wondering if they ever do any absolute versions of figures, if they're going to be a little bit truer to the comic books. And what I mean by that is Wonder Woman is an Amazon. She's huge. She's taller than Batman. And she's I don't like saying the word thick, but you know, she's got big arms, she's got big legs. Not at all chunky, just really well sculpted. So I'd like to see a much more fleshed out female figure for Wonder Woman. And the same goes for Batman. He's super chunky. That might cause some issues with posability and all that. Superman I could care less about. I do like the absolute version of Superman a little bit more. There's a possibility we might be going to Sacramento Anime Convention, as there are some voice actors there that our girlfriend wants to get some signatures for. And we just, a few weeks back, took her to a furry convention. All right, I'm getting a little bit too mesmerized by this figure, so we're going to end this here. So once more and one final time, this has been the Zatanna figure from McFarlane Toys. It says just McFarlane Collector Edition. Okay. Amazing figure. Hope we can find this loose. Zatanna, Constantine, and there was one more. But if we can find those figures loose, we'll have a very nice display for our Justice League Dark collection. If we can look at it up there. There's a bunch of loose figures we found, but we've got a good chunk of the Justice League Dark figures. All right. So if you don't hear from us until then, I hope you have a great Valentine's Day. Thank you for joining us. Stay healthy. Always be kind. Take care.